You're fine. Trust me, you're fine. Go ahead.
Fabiola, you're going to get an A+.
Fabiola, go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to now explain the different types of autocratic versus democratic leadership. Basically, an autocratic leadership style is the one that centralizes the authority and drive power from decision control over boards and coercion. This would actually describe the Commander Winter in the movie, because since he enforced an autocratic way for leading, and he took advantage of his position to abuse his authority and enforce abusive treatments to the prisoners. The other way, the democratic leadership, which delegates authority to others, encourages participation, relies on subordinates' knowledge for completion of tasks, and depends on subordinates and respect for influence. This would actually describe Irwin's type of leadership, in which he was very democratic, since he encouraged prisoners at all times, and he raised their self-esteem and confidence. He relied on them for every single task, so he was counting on him. He never used coercion or everything. Of course, there was different situations, but I would say that it clearly describes each other's types of leadership. Now we explain the contingency approach. Since there is a failure in finding the universal traits or behaviors that actually determine effective leadership, the researchers now focus on the situation in which leadership occurs, meaning that in order to be a successful leader, there's the situation in which he's leading has a lot to do with it in order for you to be an effective leader. Contingency basically refers to a situation in which one thing depends on another thing. So for leaders to be effective, there must be an appropriate fit in between the leader's behaviors, style, and conditions. So it is not only the essential traits or the behavior. These three must be present so the leader can actually be an effective leader. Okay, I'm going to go now the personality of leadership, which is very important at the time of being a leader. Values and attitude. Talking about Irwin's background, he's a soldier who fought for his country for many years. He sacrificed himself and his personal life and family. He's a correct man with a high degree of morale and values. Fought for his and others' rights when at the castle. Even at the prison, he continued following his own principles. Values. Those are fundamental beliefs that an individual considers to be important. That have an impact on its attitude or behavior, and values, or terminal values, sometimes known as, are beliefs about the kind of goals or outcomes worth pursuing. Example: security, comfortable life, good health. And then we have instrumental values. They are beliefs about the types of behaviors that are appropriate for reaching goals. Example: being helpful, honest, or courageous. Put an important note down there. A person's family background has a lot to do with the person's values, since the values are actually learned and not inherited. So I thought that was very important to put there. These are just quick lists. I find these very interesting because these are by 18 values found across cultures by the scientist Nelson Brookfield. I found them to be very interesting and to share with you guys. There we have the end values and instrumental values. We can find all of these across cultures, and then we have the end values for life, equality, exciting life, instrumental values, honesty, courage, capability. So I'm going to talk now about the role of charisma. Charismatic leaders have the ability to inspire and motivate people to do more than what they would literally do, despite the obstacles or the personal influence. Charismatic leaders have an emotional impact on people. They don't only get to the minds of the people, they also touch the hearts of the people. Charismatic leaders are able to lift the entire level of performance. They encourage people, they give the self-confidence, exactly how Irwin does throughout the entire movie. He's able to get back the soldiers what they lost by being there. Instead of, feeling shame and behaving, like how normal prisoners do, he remembered them that, maybe they were inside They're always looking for the future, and effectively they have to think for the future. And effectively they cannot only think about the present, because effectively there needs to have a vision of the future, to work for that future. They work hard to earn trust by incurring great personal risk, by showing risk by themselves, by risking their own life, as how Irwin did, and in the end he died because he risked himself for everyone else. Now I'm going to talk about transactional versus transformational leadership. Transactional leadership is the basis. The basis is a transaction or exchange between leaders and followers. And then transformational leadership is characterized by the ability to bring about significant change in vision, strategy, culture, products, and technologies. They pose intangible qualities such as shared values and enlist followers in the change process. So transformational leadership is more kind of like going beyond. Here I have some major differences to kind of like explain the difference between transformational and transactional leadership. So these transformational leaderships develop the followers into leaders. They don't just want to lead and be always, the boss at the top. They're interested on making leaders. They elevate the followers' concerns from lower level needs to higher level needs. That means from lower level needs by, making leaders wanting like a reward, to actually making his followers, grow as a person inside and look for integrity and for more values inside other than material goods, looking for more, other aspects in life. They are able to inspire followers to go from self-interest to group welfare. They motivate people to do more than what they actually knew they could. And they envision a desired future. They state and communicate it in a way that makes the pain of change worth the effort. They're good at delivering the effort in such a way that the followers get it in this way, so they actually work for that future, and so they have like this ability to actually get to his followers in such a way that they become successful leaders in the end. They promote change. They are not like traditional leaders like to have control of everything and maintain everything stable. No, they're always looking for the better, to innovate, to look for the best alternative. As a result, effective leadership, they have both paths, from the transactional leadership, from going from one to another, and also having transformational skills. We have to remember, transactional skills are also necessary for designing structures, control systems, or reward systems.